Mic check.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, I gotta play the disclaimer.
The following program contains views that are not those of
Can you guys hear me?
WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Reaching the world with positivity. Music to get you through your day. Winning victory through Christ. N-E-O-P-way.
Hello, thank you guys for tuning in to WVTC, two-time Stellar Award winning network. We have Don Ski and Mr. Christian Lewis in the studio with us today. Thank you guys for taking time out of your busy day to come on and be with us, so our people can know who you guys are outside of your roles in society. So with that being said, can you hear us, Don?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you still distorted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Still distorted.
Yeah. When you figure that out, we're gonna go to Christian. Christian, can you tell us who you are
Yes.
and what you got going on?
Um,
What's your
my name is
occupation?
Christian. I'm from Chicago. So a couple things. I own two businesses. One, I teach urban farming. So if people like live in major metropolitan areas and they want to learn how to farm, even if it's like you in an apartment, teach you how to farm and be able to kind of not have to spend so much money at the grocery store, basically.
Love
Um,
it.
also got a consulting business where we do nonprofit scaling, small business development, and politics. Um, so yeah, it's a little bit about me. Originally from Chicago, but I travel all over.
How did you
Um,
get into farming?
I appreciate you having me on today. Uh,
Thank you. How did you get into gardening?
so
That's
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 crazy. So
that's
like,
different.
so like my like my family's from Louisiana. So like I remember being a little kid and we visiting like grandma, we visiting aunties, and there's literally chickens in the yard, and you like wringing necks because that's for dinner. Like they was right next door to stables and stuff. So I've never been like separated from that aspect of society. I think just growing up in Chicago, you don't see it as much. At one point, I worked at a grocery store on 47th Street, and I remember talking to a cat one day who was delivering some apples to the store. And he was telling me like these were brand new apples in my mind. These was like the new apples for the season or whatever. And he was like, "Nah, this ain't new." He was like, "When you get the new apples for the season, they've been sitting in a warehouse for 6 to 9 months. Everything is behind seasons." And I'm like, "What?" So I'm like, "Dang, we don't be eating nothing fresh, never." And so that made me kind of really be like, "Nah, I need to know where my food come from
Really?
because this is crazy." Um, so I started, playing around with different things diet wise to kind of make sure I don't die early. You know what I'm saying? Because we be eating terrible stuff and we don't really realize it. Honestly, we really don't.
That's important and impressive. I haven't I don't think you're the first African American man that I know that's in that field. So thank you for coming on and giving us the an insight on that. I got a friend who I would love for you to meet because he's interested in that, and I told him about you. Don, can you hear us?
Mic
Okay,
check. Mic check.
You're all good. We hear you. Thank you for coming on, sir.
you sound perfect.
I know, right? Well, appreciate you. Don, tell us
Appreciate you.
now. I've been seeing you around town for some years, Don. You've always been laid back, um, cool demeanor, and so you know you
Thank
you
you.
you you're all over. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on and what is it that you do.
Um, I promote parties, weekly parties, concerts, comedy shows, and I manage artists.
No,
I've been in the game since 2005 when I started. This is my 19th year,
good for you.
19 consecutive years. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I know, right?
hmm Um, I currently do a weekly comedy show, The Funny People, open mic that I produce, and is hosted by WGCI's Leon Rogers. Uh, we've been doing that for 7 consecutive years, and we're actually celebrating this Wednesday, 7th anniversary.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, every Wednesday where we create a platform for aspiring, comedians to, work on, they stage fright, their jokes and that kind of stuff. So it's dope.
Thank you for that. You just did you just had a 50th party with
Man, I'm 50.
Tiffany Haddish, right?
I'm 50.
You old, Don.
No, I'm young forever.
I
don't
was out
feel
of
like-
town and I couldn't make it, and I was like, oh man, I've seen the pictures on Facebook.
It's
And
okay.
also
you can take me out and
Say you
celebrate all year.
forever.
say less. I'm coming out Wednesday. I
Hey,
promise.
Christian, I didn't celebrate all year, dog. Tell her.
I'm coming out Wednesday.
Mhm.
And what else I was gonna say? Also, Don, you've been nominated for they got this event coming up floating around on social media, and so you're so deserving of that. I didn't know that you been in the game that long, so kudos, and the fact that you're giving like you said, local talent a place to go and showcase, not so much showcase, but to perfect their skills. So kudos to that.
What's amazing is that I started throwing parties in 2005. I was 31 years old, and by 2007, after being 2 years in the game, they had this other award show, and it was called Chicago Truth Awards, in which I won Party Promoter of the Year 2007 and 2008 back to back. So,
Good for you.
It's amazing that all these years later, because I heard I was nominated last year too, but I didn't even hear about it like I'm kind of hearing about it now. When people are like super voting, it's kind of moving around. Other mutual friends that's in the business, they've been nominated, and so my name is on that list when they vote, and so that's how I've been getting.
And you can play basketball a little bit. I think we played on the same team, and then I realized that I couldn't keep up with y'all. I was too good for y'all, so I said, "Let me be the referee." So
I played college ball at Triton College back in the days.
Okay.
Yeah, I love basketball.
It's therapeutic. Okay. Well, I appreciate you again. So
For
I just
sure.
got a couple questions for you guys. Christian having some technical difficulties. He'll be back in. So Don, the first question is do you think societal expectations for men have changed?
Yeah, everything has changed. Yeah, and depending on who you are, where you at, maybe it's changed for the better, and definitely a lot of things is happening has changed for the worse, right?
I had a guy on the show last Sunday, and it made so much sense. And I asked him the same question. He said, yes. He said, because now the stigma, you got a man that's making $20 an hour, and so all these expectations, all of these stipulations are put on a man. He was like, how much do you think a man can do with $20 an hour in regards to a relationship? And with some of the women out here, try to help them maintain the lifestyle that they are trying to retain, if it makes sense. So
you can't do a lot with $20 an hour with a family. It's tough nowadays because everything is very expensive, especially after the pandemic, right? Everything just went sky high. From broccoli to everything. Just can't get nothing cheap anymore. It's just crazy nowadays.
Absolutely. So Christian, the question was, do you think societal expectations for men have changed? Christian, you there? You there?
Say that again.
I said, do you think societal expectations for men have changed?
It's choppy.
You choppy. Made him
Do I think expectations have changed?
Yeah, for men. Yep.
I don't really think so. I think honestly, everybody still has the same expectations. The truth is, with the rise of no guidance and no filter and social media, people are just saying the quiet stuff out loud. That's always been there.
Oh, wow.
People think, I mean, as it's been said, there's nothing new under the sun. It's there. You know what I'm saying? We just becoming aware of it, and we like, dang, where'd that come from? People always thought like that. But I remember seeing something where they're talking about, you remember in high school we were all separated into different rooms. Social media, not different rooms. We all in the same room, and the loudest people are the ones we listen to now, and we shouldn't be. So
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. I like that. So Don, with all you said and all you got going on, you deal with all different type of people. How do you handle stress and your mental health? What's your
um,
go-to?
one of the first things I do is pray. I go to God. One of the first things I do, right?
I love
I
it.
pray to God and I ask God to guide my steps, strengthen me, and give me the courage I need to go about the day. Anytime I can be laying down sometimes and get ready to get up about 5 a.m., like 5:30, and begin to hit these like those thoughts of worry, and I just begin to call God. Now I just start calling God, and it really helps me, right?
I love it.
Uh, I also go to the gym. I love playing basketball, so I try to get to a gym as early as possible. Like again, around 6 a.m. Right, nobody on the basketball court, and I do a full like workout. I put up 100 shots for cardio. That helps relieve stress, and then I do a lot of the things that I love to do. I love watching comedy. Laughter is the best medicine. Um, I'm a family man. I like to go out to eat, date nights, all that kind of stuff. So,
I love it.
yeah, those are things that I try to find things that I love to do. You know what I mean? That helps
Mhm.
my soul. And one of the things first is just going to God. Yeah, God is good.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. Christian's I think he on the other side of the universe. He's definitely not in Chicago. Um
Me either. I'm in San Diego right now.
really. And here it
Yeah,
is. I'm in Chicago dealing with the cold and y'all living y'all best life. I
yeah.
get
It
that.
might be about 60 degrees out
See,
here.
tell us tell us what you really want to say.
Right. It's a
Christian,
little
yes,
rain,
ma'am.
but we'll take the rain.
yeah, that ain't nothing. We over here freezing. Christian, I don't know. So the question was how do you handle stress and mental health nowadays? What's your go-to? What's your escape?
How do you handle stress? Um, I do like to exercise a bit.
Okay.
Um, I like to walk a lot. Um, I like to cook, and I like to travel.
I love
Um, I want to say June, from June to the beginning of September, I took 21 trips. Like
really.
The whole thing paused.
Wow, he said he took 21 trips. I don't think I took 21 trips in a year. I got some work to do.
Hmm I took a lot of trips last year too. I went on a road trip last
Yeah.
July. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Hmm
So, so Don, what does a good friend look like to you?
Man,
What does the
my good friend passed away 2022 from a motorcycle accident.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, my best friend in the whole wide world. But a good friend is somebody that you can trust, somebody that you can super trust.
did y'all hear me before I popped out? Okay.
Somebody that got your back, your best interest, somebody who love you and care about you, and somebody. My best friend, he knew me. I knew where he was at all the time. It was almost like being in a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew where he was at all day, and we talked all day about nothing, right?
Love.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I miss him to death. I swear I
Oh,
do.
sorry to
Yeah,
hear that.
yeah. So yeah, best friend. We probably best friends almost 40 years. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So with a 40-year friend and he passed away,
Yeah.
how do you think that will um so I guess the question I'm trying to ask is that because for I'm asking this because my brother was killed, right? And he was
My
my only
condolences.
biological brother. Thank you. And so
Hmm
I have other siblings, but it's hard for me to make that it's hard for me to plug that in. So I guess with you, I'm asking, it so like when you're trying, like, is it difficult for you to, to befriend?
Uh, Not really, because
Okay.
I'm a people's person, right?
Okay.
But how Drake say, "No new friends." I disagree, but you just have
Okay.
to be careful with people because nowadays people are just a little different, and a little weird, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm dope. Like, uh, I love people. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing, throwing parties and concerts and comedy shows and manage artists and that kind of stuff if I didn't love and care about people or how people feel when they come to my events, like their responses. I love the response that people get when they're having a good time. When I'm throwing these people birthday parties, or when they're at my comedy shows and they're laughing, or when I bring their favorite celebrity through. Like, I love it, right? And so I absolutely love people. I just think that um, we just have to be careful when it comes to new friends, because everybody ain't who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? And when people show you who they are, you got to believe them, right? And I want to friend everybody. I want to, cousins, everybody. I just, yeah, I trust you with McKee, trust you with this, but I've learned in the past you have to be careful with, certain people. You know what I'm saying? Because I've got burned. But just moving forward, I also learned, I'm 50 years old, just to be optimistic and hopeful. And I pray to God to surround me with positive people, right?
I like that.
Hmm.
I like that. So earlier you said that God was your go-to, and so
Man.
I love it. 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 So can you give me your favorite scripture or favorite parable in the Bible?
Yeah, so I'm in the entertainment business, so I don't necessarily know what scripture it may be. All I know is that in my mind I'm a star, right? And that's how I move. And there's a scripture in the Bible that says, "What a man thinketh, so is he." So we can, like, And when I learned about that scripture, I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I've been thinking anyway, right?"
I
You
love
know what
it.
I'm saying? Because that's how I move. So yeah, that's one of my favorite scriptures.
I love it.
Uh-huh.
Christian, what does a friend look like to you?
Me right here. Boom.
What does a friend look like to you, Christian?
Um,
Somebody, somebody who's always there. I got like maybe 2 or 3 friends. I got a lot of associates, a lot of acquaintances, but the friend thing is not. That's never a long list because a lot of people are not gonna be there forever. They're gonna be there based on situation, based
I
on
like that.
proximity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people overuse the friend word sometimes. I always say, like, if someone is only your friend because, let's say, you grew up next door to them or you went to school with them, and outside of that y'all wouldn't be in the same circle, I wouldn't call them your friend. That's an associate based on proximity. Like, and once that proximity changed, they out your life.
that's
I
a
love
big
it.
word, proximity.
Yeah. But people be trying to put it together. They be like, nah, this is my friend forever. Like, nah, that's not your friend. Y'all on 2 totally different wavelengths. Every time y'all together something go bad, they put you into stuff you don't need to be in. That ain't a friend.
Yeah, they ain't your homie.
Mm-mm.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I
Facts,
know the
facts,
difference.
Christian.
I know,
And
right?
you know what else people do?
What?
Everybody is brothers and sisters nowadays, and they ain't their
Oh,
real
bro.
brothers and sisters.
It's irritating. It's irritating.
Everybody, this is my brother. Oh, okay, y'all do not look alike, but okay.
I always, but like when people say that, this is how you really test it. You ask people like, do they know your parents?
Mm,
If them
yeah,
your people, they know
yeah.
your
They
people.
know your parents, yeah,
They
yeah.
don't know your. That ain't your.
Because
Nah.
I'm everybody cousin right now. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. I love it. That's my cousin, that's my homie, or whatever. But it is
That's
what it
funny.
is. You know.
Christian, you gotta. I like the Christian name. I'd asked Don earlier. You did say you believe in God, so I don't want to assume anything. You
Right.
believe in God? Okay.
I do.
Um, okay. So my question to you is, can you give me your favorite Bible scripture or favorite parable in the Bible?
Favorite parable in the Bible.
Or
Um.
scripture? Yeah.
So it's not a parable. But I always tell people that sometimes we put our head down and pray so much that we are disobedient. And what I mean by that is sometimes God tells you to do something and you won't do it. You say you need to pray on it. But like even in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus said, watch and pray. There's still actions that have to be taken. It's not just prayer. And people be really focused on prayer and they become stagnant in their faith. And that's why they be in the way for 40 years instead of being on the way for 40 years.
I like that. Come on, somebody. Which one of y'all got y'all TV playing? I hear y'all TV. I love that. Say that last part again. Be in the way for 40. Say that again.
They be in the way. You know, like some people will say like they been working on their faith. They be like, I've been in the way for many years. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. You in the way. You are in the way. You are blocking people from progression because I think just as a whole, we have gotten away from what the Great Commission was. The Great Commission was to go out and win souls, not necessarily be at church 4 times a week. And if the church is a hospital, but you've been going there for 25 years and you still ain't got it, it must be terminal. So we need to figure out how to get you together because you're still not doing what you're supposed to do because you're supposed to be going out. Yes, I know we're supposed to take not the assembling of ourselves, but you can assemble yourselves anywhere. You don't have to be in that building. You need to go out and touch the people, and too many people don't do that.
And I know what I don't hate anything, but what I dislike that phrase. God's still working on me.
That sounds like using that one. That's like an excuse to just do something you ain't supposed to do.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
God's still working on me. God know my heart. God know my heart. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
An excuse to keep playing games. I love it. You're right.
Know the wages of that sin, so enjoy yourself. Pop off.
I love.
Pop off.
So, being a black man in Chicago, Don, what are some of the challenges that you had?
I am definitely black. And
you definitely are. You are. What are some of the challenges you've had to face, and how have you overcome them? Because it's tough out here being a black man.
Well, one of the things that, being in the business, going on my 19th year, promoting the parties and concerts and comedy shows, and just really working with club owners, nightclub owners, right? They're majority of them are white or Italian, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, discriminate, right? You know what I'm saying? And they don't, necessarily do it in your face, but you can tell. And those are the businesses that I won't patronize. I don't care what they, because it's sometimes we got some nightclubs where we downtown, but they got us partying and coming through the back door. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like, I don't need to do that if y'all trying to hide us and come around the corner. Yeah, it's really going on. It's like it's really real. And so those kind of places, a lot of people are like, oh, diversify your crowd. I'm like, yeah, I love everybody. I love all nationalities, but I love my black people. And if it's all black people in here, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to hide, you know what I mean? People tend, you need to do this, and you got to have a little bit of the white people in here, a little bit of this and that. In order to do, I'm good. And I've been good, right? And I love everybody, but I ain't got to necessarily get white person to make my party hot is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got white people in there. People, oh yeah, you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing something. Nah, I'm doing something because I got my people in here. You feel me? Yeah. Like, come on. That don't make the party hot. You know what I'm saying? And that's like that stigma where people think, oh yeah, when they come in, they got, that's fine, and we can all, party, and get along, but just to be like, oh, if you got these sort of people in here, that'll make your party hot now, sir. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? You just said party. I'm thinking about the other day I was riding in the car and I had my Apple Music playing, and I just want a party came on.
Hey,
and I'm like, I was like, dang, I heard this.
Yeah, that's my joint. Just want to party.
Wow. Christian.
Yes, ma'am.
What are some challenges that you've had to face being a black man in America, and how have you overcome them?
I will definitely echo what Don was saying. Because I travel a lot, I have been in situations where I'm in places like right now I'm in Rhode Island. This is
Oh
definitely
wow.
not.
Oh, dope. We both out of town. That's what's
Yeah,
I
up.
know what I said, right? I'm sitting in
right. Like
Chicago cold.
yeah, like at one point I was working on a presidential election. I was in Iowa for like 7 months, and it's like 89% white. But I had the largest turnout in my district for the election. I am me, and I'm gonna do what I do. And when people would bring stuff to me, I challenge people's thought processes about what they believe Black people are, Black men
Mhm.
are, because a lot of times people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had to set the record straight all the time, because when people be like Chicago, they be like, "Ooh, I know it's bad there," and I'd be like, I get that people believe it's bad. I don't think Chicago is no worse than any other place. Me personally, I prefer to operate off of facts and not conjecture. The fact is, if I look at the FBI's 10 worst cities, Chicago not on that list.
Mm.
The fact is,
Period.
Chicago was never on the list of a bad place, even when Al Capone was killing hundreds of people a year.
Mhm.
You know what happened? In 2006, a Black man started running for president. And all of a sudden, Chicago became bad. That's all it was.
Christian,
That's
you
all
hit
it
on the
was.
head. I just
All
shared that with someone today.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
dope. Yeah.
So you say you're in Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow,
Nice and
wow, wow.
East Coast. Sound like
Yeah.
the East Coast to me. I'm in San Diego right now, California. Yeah.
Woo.
I come back tomorrow though. I ain't tripping.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Try to save some of that warmth, cause
Yeah.
man.
Well, it's supposed to be about 40 degrees Wednesday at the comedy show, so everybody pull up.
Don, put me on the list. I'm coming for real. Put me on the list. I'm coming.
I got you. Super.
Yeah, I gotta do something with the kids and I'll be there. So I get that both of you said that y'all listen to music when y'all working out. So Don, what's your go-to song when you working out or playing
I'm
basketball?
so glad you asked me that. I'm so happy you asked me that, because I got a favorite new song. And I listen to it like over and over again. And guess what? It's a gospel song.
Tell me about it.
Deliver Me by Leandra Johnson. Y'all familiar with that record?
Don, listen to what I'm going to tell you.
I'm listening.
Leandra Johnson song Deliver Me has changed my life tremendously. My son was in the hospital for asthma for 7 days, 8 days. Oh my goodness. You talking about stressed out mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I played that song every day we were in the hospital, so much so that he sings the song. My mom sings the song. And you know Mike Pookie Brown?
Yes. Promoter, yeah. Naperville.
Correct. So every time he's brought her 3 times, and I'm right there with him. I'm right there. Oh my goodness, yes, Don. He's brought Leandra Johnson 3 times, and it's crazy you said that. When I hear that song, I get chills because that song has really brought us out. So yes,
that's crazy. I didn't even know that he brought her. I just learned about her last year, 2023. I watched a video on YouTube with her and Donald Lawrence on that BET's Gospel something whatever.
Yep.
And I would watch that video over and over again. And I had started promoting my birthday party, my 50th, like in August. And when I started promoting my birthday party in August, I just stopped being attacked. My big 50th birthday party. Like the enemy was on my back every week. I kid you not, something was happening that was going crazy, right? That I didn't even, I couldn't even see it coming, right? And that song, I would listen to that song every day. I got a praying pillow now. That's how crazy it got. I got a praying pillow, right? And so I get on my knees and pray so my knees won't hurt, because I did turn 50, right? But I listen to that song.
Right.
I listen to that song. Christian, you gotta listen to that song. That song.
You have to. But Don, do you know her story?
I do. I learned about her story. Yeah.
She is my favorite gospel singer because she's transparent. That just lets you know the Lord can use anybody. This lady battled with alcohol. And so in the midst of that, she was still doing her thing. She in church it was so bad, Don, so she had what do you call those things? An ankle monitor on.
House arrest.
Yeah, she was on house arrest. And she's still on the stage performing. The Lord still using her. She's still, she's still telling you, I deal with this. This is what it is. She's still, and that's, that's why the songs say, oh my goodness. Yeah.
I
Christian,
wish I could sing how she blow that song. You hear me?
Christian, we're going to
then
need you to go listen to that.
so I watched it on YouTube, Christian, right? I watched it on YouTube, and you know how YouTubers just start playing more videos of her, and it show her like destroying the stage, destroying everybody else's song, destroying Yolanda Adams' song. She destroying it in front of Yolanda Adams. What's the song? I wouldn't have
Jennifer
made
Hudson,
it. I wouldn't have
Fantasia,
made
she
it.
killing everybody's
I wouldn't have
stuff.
made it. What's his
Never
name?
would have made it. Never would have made
Yeah.
it. Marvin Sapp.
Destroyed the song in front of that man. You hear me?
I met him at the Stella Awards.
Yeah, killing a song. So yeah, I absolutely love her.
Oh, see, I knew it was some. Yeah, that's my favorite. Mike, I already know. Leandra coming. I'm there. Yeah, she. Yeah, you took me back, way back.
Mm-hmm.
Christian, what's your favorite song? What's your go-to song?
You love me.
Yeah.
She
now,
say all she do is hurt herself.
Ooh.
See, that's kind of, I feel like that's
Self-infliction.
I feel like that's almost an unfair question to somebody who used to DJ, because the amount of songs I had.
Wait, you know,
Wow.
wait. You don't DJ no more?
Bro, I ain't DJ since 2014. When Boosie got out, he came to Adriana. That was my last party. I was like,
Wow.
Wow. Last party.
That's easy money for you. That's extra money.
But my heart wasn't in it like that. And truthfully, like, it's so much stuff, entertainment is entertainment. At a certain point, there's a lot of people that's doing stuff like undercutting, backbiting. Yeah. It's just like, I'm not finna be fighting and tussling about.
Well, let me say this to you, little bro. How old are you, Christian?
41.
41. Yeah, I got a few years. I've been around a few blocks, right?
Yeah.
Now that don't mean a lot, a little bit, right? But
no,
I want to just encourage you to focus on everything positive, because the enemy, man, he ain't going nowhere.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? His job is to do what he do, steal, kill, destroy, author confusion, all that kind of stuff. But God, man, I remember you, like, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
we used to work together. Yeah,
absolutely.
Because he said you look funny. I mean, look familiar.
She said look funny, look familiar. Yeah, and I was joking with him because I know. Yeah, like, man, you look familiar. I always tell people that. I tell my auntie, like, man, you look familiar. But yeah, so yeah, just at the end of the day, just focus on everything positive, and because I'm out here with Tiffany Haddish right now. I'm in San Diego. She hosted my 50th birthday party, and she has a beautiful soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she's hilarious, and she's a super dope actress. Like, she has that, right? And she still has a lot to give to the world. You know what I'm saying? And people are trying to dim her light, and they can't, because God is amazing. You know what I'm saying? And to be a Black woman, she's still going. You know what I'm saying? She cries, she do, but she's still going. She's still fighting. She's still pushing, and that's why I love her. And that's why I'm out here with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what friends and even with her, with everything that you all may have, we don't gotta talk about it, but you all may have heard about the stuff that she had going on, last year. And so for her to pull up to my birthday party, to come to Chicago the day after Christmas, and rock out with me and host, and she flew out by herself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's trust. You know what I mean? With everything you going through.
That's true.
Yeah, that's love, right?
She sees she sees the light at the end of the tunnel. Most people don't. They get stagnated and stuck.
Yeah, and I love her, and I'm inspired by what she got going on, and y'all gotta check out her show though too. You know what I'm saying? She dope.
Wow.
Yeah, and y'all keep her in prayer.
Indeed, and see, that's just confirmation that the Lord could use anybody. Because, like you said, Don, you hear from Chicago, and so for her to come out to Chicago alone to be with you, and now look, now you're iron sharpens iron, if it makes sense. Iron sharpens iron. Now you're sharpening her iron by being in her space at such a time. So people don't understand. People don't understand the effect and how people. So I categorize my friends by, I think Christian, you may mention earlier about what I'm going through. Because of course, when we up and we got money and the lights are on, everybody there, right?
Yep.
Everybody there. But when the light is dim, then that's who I see who around, because I'm okay when I'm up and I got it. It's when I'm at
Right.
my lowest as I look to see who reaching for me. And not all the time it be the same people that's in the camera with you. And so when you step back, and that's why I asked you guys, what does a friend look like to you guys? Because a lot of people can't decipher the two. Everybody in your boat don't mean that they in a boat rowing with you. Some people in the boat just in the boat because they know the boat going somewhere. They know that fish coming in the boat and they know the boat gonna move. So when you move, they move. And got no intentions on helping you do anything but what they doing, just sitting in the boat. And so, yeah.
You know, I try to focus on. I try not to focus on. I've never like acknowledged haters, right? Not
Okay.
for real. And everything I post on social media, since social media, I've been on social media, is always to encourage, inspire, and lift people. Positivity, no matter what I'm going through in my life, right? And because God is good, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you never know what the next person is going through. And so I just encourage myself by encouraging others. That's what I
I
do on
love
a
it.
daily basis. And I know God is using me, and that's why I'm out here with Tiffany, Miss Tiffany.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
just me even saying that I'm out here with Tiffany Haddish, and even that she hosted my birthday like 3 weeks ago, with everything that's going on, man, the day after my party, when I realized my party was very successful, man, I cried tears of joy because God is amazing, right? Because he told me to keep going. The enemy said, hey, doubt everything, quit, give up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Wow.
and God was like, hey, I told you to trust me. Look, so give God the glory.
Right.
You
I
feel me?
love it. I love it. I
And,
love
and
it.
and even with that, what I just went through for those 4 months of just being attacked and being attacked, it's like just gives you so much, so much power, so much strength. I feel like I can do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel invincible because I know God is with me all the time. When I came out here, the first thing I did, I always prayed to God to guide my steps. And I'm out here, and it's been a beautiful and very smooth, right? You know what I'm saying? It's been dope, and I'm chilling, right? We
Wow.
chilling. Rhode Island, I'm in San Diego. You in Chicago? We chilling, and we made the podcast, right?
Indeed. I
This is
appreciate
this
exactly.
this
And so
God.
thank you for saying that, Don.
It's
You're right.
God.
Because
Yeah,
right, in the midst of, you know what I'm saying? In the midst
yeah.
of both of you guys are having
Nothing but
technical
God.
difficulties.
Right.
Both of you guys are having technical difficulties. Wow. And so yeah, that's just confirmation. And so
Mhm.
I'm the more that the more that I look out and see people, I understand that a lot of times our test will be our testimony. Because
Mhm.
done, like you just made mention, the devil was attacking you. And so now your testimony, you with Tiffany Haddish chilling.
Yeah, and that,
Christian,
that
you in
and,
Rhode Island chilling.
and
You know what I'm saying?
and the enemy, the devil, Satan, he ain't gonna stop. Lucifer ain't stopping. You
Definitely.
know, hey, he own it. You know what I'm saying? I got some for him though. I was at my birthday party and I took people to church.
Really?
So yeah, so real quick, guys, from 6 to 7, I did a mingle. Basically, like doors open at 6, 6 to 7 with the mingle, right? Like meet and greet, whatever. 7 to 8, I did the comedy segment for an hour where Leon Rogers hosted my comedy show. So I kind of did everything that Don Ski Entertainment consists of, right? So the next hour after that, I had a live band, right? After the live band, my sister-in-law, she gathered a choir, church people, because it was on my heart to take people to church
I love
with
it.
the Deliver Me song by Leandra Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on stage and they're performing it with the band, and Tiffany Haddish is up in the VIP, and I'm getting her attention, and I'm just making sure she know, like, man, because I had sent her the song in a text message, like, maybe
Wow.
like sometime in December. Hey, this song is hot. I didn't say this song got me through. I just said this song is dope. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I took people to church. And then after that, I had I had some dance, some Missy Elliott dances perform, and then I had 3-piece performed, and Do or Die perform. And then
Okay.
when Tiffany Haddish came on stage, it was like the icing on the cake. And black people drove out to Lombard. You know what I'm saying? In which people like, I ain't nobody driving out to Lombard. They drove out to Lombard, 1,000 people. It was super dope. And when I tell you, God was in the building from the time I got there at 6, when they were putting the balloons up, my marquee letters, I was just ready to. I had to embrace the moment because
I love it.
you work so hard for something, and then it be all blurred, be over with quick, right? And so I'm on stage like I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I'm enjoying the moment and having a good time. There was not one problem, no fights, no none of that. You know, I'm turning 50s, grown people, it's family and close friends. But at the end of the day, I took them people to church. It was on my heart because that's how God worked.
I love it.
And you know, and I said on stage, the reason why I said all this because I got on stage and I said, and I'm not a person that reads the Bible like that, and I go to church from time to time. I got on church, 1,000 people, and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take y'all to church." And I know a lot of people have been going through stuff, and this is the song that got me through. And I was like, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." You know what I'm saying?
Come on, come on, come on. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
This now see, I ain't know Donsky had all this in him. I
Let me,
just see you from afar.
let me drop the
I
mic.
right. I ain't know you had this.
Nah, you know
Wow.
that's how God works. All this is God. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So so I asked you guys earlier, your challenges being a black man in United States. So the flip question to that is, what advice will you guys give the younger men that's coming up in such a world, in such a time as now, regardless to what their paths may be?
Be courageous. Try new things. Don't let other people's opinions keep you from making moves.
I like that.
It's so many people. I remember growing up, like there was smart kids, and it was kind of looked at as not good to be smart, and they kind of dummied themselves down, and it probably stunted their growth into adulthood. There's so many opportunities out here. There's so much programming out here, and it may not necessarily be in your community, but you need to move around and make yourself accessible to opportunity because there's a lot of good stuff out here.
I like
And
that.
focus on all the good stuff that's out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I would tell, you know, young black men, all black men, you know, one, to put God first, right? You got to put God first. We got to stay in prayer because the word is good and the word is positive, right? Also, be careful of the company you keep. Just like Christian said earlier, you can be hanging with the wrong people, and you know now you spending the rest of your life in jail for something you ain't even a crime you ain't even commit.
For real.
Right? You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, you know, watch what you put in your body. You know, eat healthy. You know, exercise, and last but not least, watch the words that you say out your mouth. You know, speak positive things into existence. You know, manifest. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, man, I'm broke. Just that. You know what I'm saying? And they wonder why they broke. So those little things, like, yeah, I was just
I like
encouraged.
that.
I was just encouraged, you know, to focus on everything positive. You know, the company you keep, the things that you put in your body, and you know, put God first. You know, keep the word. You know, yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
Christian,
And
what's
and young black men, uh, the number one, what am I trying to say? When you're choosing a person to be with for the rest of your life, that's one of the biggest decisions ever. I know that now, right? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. So choose wisely. Do a lot of homework. Do a lot of research. Right? Sometimes people ain't who they say they are, and sometimes people, they grew up and had all this kind of stuff going on, right? And so it's it's communication, you know, and all that kind of stuff just to figure out what's going on, especially if you love a person, you know, so we all can heal together and move in that direction. So love, our relationship and our marriage can be simple, simplicity. It won't be tough because love shouldn't hurt for real, right? You know what I'm saying? So we can, uh, have, you know, everything we want in life. We can have it together. We're working on that together, right? We're pushing together, and we're just being good to each other. Let's just be good to each other. Why not do anything else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Christian, can you tell me, or do you remember some advice that your mother or father has given you that has stuck with you?
My daddy always say, "Don't major on the minor."
Don't major on the minor.
Hmm. It's a lot of stuff that people are going to try to make like it's very important, but it really means nothing. And you'd be
I
like, you need
like that.
to ignore that.
Okay. Your mom?
Honestly, the same thing Don was saying. She like, be careful who you hook up with, because she used to be like, yo, meet their parents, meet their grandparents, like see what the whole thing is. Like, and I ain't really used to understand that, but like I had friends that met people, they was quote unquote love, like, yo, I'm trying to meet the
Mhm.
parents. And when they try to meet the parents, they can't meet the parents because the parents locked up or the parents in rehab, and it's like okay, that does not necessarily dictate what they're gonna do in their life. However, you can't disavow that knowledge. So just kind of be careful, you know.
Wow. Don, you?
Man, my daddy told me when I was a kid. My daddy told me I didn't know what he was talking about. That man said, "Hey, don't leave nobody in the house with your wife. Not your brother, not your uncle, not your cousin. You don't leave no man in the house with your wife." I didn't know what he was talking about when I was young, of course. But I can remember him telling me that for whatever reason, and it stuck with me forever. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember my mom just being very, very nourishing and helpful and insightful. And I remember being in 4th grade and coming home, and she helped me win a spelling bee contest. You know what
Oh.
I'm saying? I just remember that dope from my mom. But my daddy, he had only no man, right? And it's, you know what I'm saying? No in your in your house with your wife, period. Not your brother, not your cousin, not your uncle, not your grand. I get it now, right? And
I'm
it's
glad you
like,
said that, Don, because I made a post a while ago and I made mention of that. And it's like I almost got attacked. The guys was like, no, if he my homie, it's okay for him to go by the house and fight that.
nah,
All that.
especially the homie, because you like really, you almost like setting your homie up and you setting your wife up. Nah, you don't do nothing like that. I don't care. Not even for I'll be right back. Nah, none of that.
I totally agree, sir.
Yeah,
I totally agree. What do you
yeah,
think about that, Christian?
it's
Yeah,
entrapment.
I definitely wouldn't.
See? Yeah. So yeah, I was like, okay, y'all finna beat me up
I ain't
for
gonna leave
saying
my
this.
18-year-old nephew in the house, or you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, hey, come on, we going together. Be right, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just to be on the safe side, because I think that all women are beautiful and y'all are fragile. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all not to be played with, and so we have to protect y'all at all costs.
I
You know what
appreciate
I mean?
that.
Yeah, super.
And so the reason for me, so the reason, okay, so I do a couple also I do a talk show on CAN TV, cable channel 21 on Mondays
Y'all
and
hiring?
Fridays. What you trying to do?
Nah, you good.
Right, exactly. Like you got time. Like you got time. And so I have a 15-year-old son. And so my whole thing now is people say it takes a village, right? And it does. However, my flip to that is I'm gonna go out and create my own village, because the village ain't always the village don't always have our best interests. There's a lot of stuff in the village that I wouldn't want around my son. So what I do is I find positive men and to create the village, because I now know what these men offer the young boys that I'm dealing with, as opposed to me just saying, hey, the village, because the village don't always have your best interests. And so I'm always trying to put these young men that I deal with um in in position or in places with men like you guys. So on my show, I go out and find the people. Most people just have anybody come in. So I watch people throughout the whole flick. And so once the Lord showed me that this is the person, I say, hey, this is I want you to come on my show and talk. And so now when I'm talking to the boys, regardless to so now, for instance, I got I got a guy a boy who wants to be a promoter, who's into music things. So now I can sit him down and say, hey, listen to him. Christian, I got a guy a young man that's talk about agriculture and farming. So now I'm able to show the boys that there are black men out here that's doing other things outside of sports. I mean, great.
Positive things.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Exactly. Yeah,
positive.
sports are awesome, but there's other things and other avenues that these young men can pursue. Everybody's not going to be Michael Jordan. Everybody not going to be Walter Payton, so on and so forth. And so I'm teaching these boys.
What
I
about
need y'all to
Kanye?
have.
What about Kanye West?
Kanye a rapper. Right, right, exactly. Right, exactly. Sport. So now it's like, okay,
Genius.
so I need them to have an A, B, and a C. Okay, I already know all y'all A's is sports. And so I asked them, what's your B and your C? And it take them forever to come up with something. And so I appreciate you guys. And so much so. So I got this pickup truck that I was gifted. And so now we've started a business out with the pickup truck, and we do things in the neighborhood. And so the young boys, they put this together. So of course I want to promote them on the show. So it's like a 30-second video.
I got a
Here it
question
goes.
for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your why? Because it sounds like you're doing so many positive things. You got this podcast and got all these things going that you're doing, and even with this podcast, you're interested. You're really, and it's important that we let black men know what's going on. Right? What's
Yes,
your
sir.
why? Why are you doing this?
Because I have a 16-year-old. I'm raising a boy child, and so
Okay.
I knew what it was like growing up, and so I now know. Well, I want to show him something different outside of our neighborhood. So I'm teaching him that you don't have to be a product of your environment. There's so many other, like you guys both mentioned, there are so many different resources and people out here that are doing things that you don't even hear about. So you know what? Let me have this podcast. And as opposed to everybody, putting the stigma, black men, this. I'm like, no, I know a lot of black men on my Facebook page that are doing exceptionally well outside of sports and rapping. So you don't
Black
believe me? Let me show
excellence.
you. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all. So that's the whole why behind this show. But and so yeah, it's been real successful, and I'm learning too, because my father wasn't in my life. So when I hear you guys talking, that's why I ask you questions outside of the scope of what you do. It's helping me to be a better woman, because now I kind of like know the mindset and expectations to a certain degree. I now know how men think, because now I'm interviewing y'all. I'm not, this woman can't tell me about a man, because you're not a man. You can only tell me about the man that you're dealing with, right? So I
Right.
think a lot of times we need to put ourselves in position to learn from everybody. And like y'all said, you got to be mindful of the company you keep, because everybody ain't got your best interest. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it
Man,
helps me.
Men only want three things in life.
I'm listening.
That's respect,
I hear that.
sex, and a sandwich. That's it. That's it.
Christian, you agree with that?
Pass that along. Respect meaning like, you appreciate me, so many things under that respect category, because in the Bible it instructs the wife to respect the husband, right? And then, sex is like a stress reliever. It's connectivity, you know what I'm saying? And then when I say a sandwich, I mean like food, you know what I'm saying? Like we love, it's like nourishment, how, women, y'all have babies, y'all breastfeed, and after you breastfeed, now you cooking meals, hot meal, you know what I'm saying? And so it's the same. For me, it's like that same thing. Like a woman cooking, like we love that. You know what I'm saying? Right? And so it's real simple. Like those three things. But respect being number one, right? Like
I hear
that's
that.
huge.
I hear that all the time.
That's huge. Respect
I hear that all
me.
the time.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't even saying look, hey, respect me. Appreciate me. It's all we want. You know what I'm saying? Right? Push that agenda. Respect, sex, and a sandwich. That's it. In that order.
Christian, what you got? What's your take on that?
I'm with two of the three. I could do without the sandwich. I just prefer. I prefer sometimes
plant-based.
Yeah, like sometimes people got so much calamity in their life, but they desire to be with people, and it's like till you work out your stuff, you shouldn't be trying to intertwine with nobody else because you bring chaos to other people's lives. So for
I
me,
agree. I agree.
it's respect, sex, and peace. And not to say that someone coming into your life is the baseline for your peace, because you should have your own peace.
Mm-hmm.
But you come into someone's life, you should not add chaos. If you can't bring peace, then go with the Lord.
I like
And
that.
I totally agree with what Christian's saying. I also just want to add, I think that what you're saying, that peace part falls under respect.
Okay.
Yep. Because respect has so many categories that,
Yeah.
man, we love to be appreciated. We love, we love for a hot meal. That means, man, you love, like you respect me to make this hot meal my favorite meal. You know what I'm saying? Like
So
when I come home from work,
without y'all even telling me that, I was gonna ask y'all love language, and so that's kind of like so how you just said those three things, and so when I asked the love language, y'all familiar with the love languages, right? The 5
yeah,
love languages. Okay.
yeah, I found out about that back in, I found out about that in 2000, maybe 18 or 19. Me and my wife went to counseling, and they talked about the 5 love languages. And
Okay, hold that thought, Don. I'm gonna play my boy's video, and then so while I'm playing this, y'all tell me y'all love language. So it's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So I just bought that pickup truck, right? And today we did today my boys did a job for the 24th Alderman Monique Scott. So kudos to her for hiring my boys
on the west side. Shout out to her.
West side, best side.
Yeah.
So I appreciate her for
I don't know why I thought she was on the south side.
No, born and raised on the west side.
Okay, dope. That's nice.
Yeah, born and raised, and so yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with the south side. I just thought.
No, no south side. Let's not be disrespectful. West side all the way.
Hilarious.
I know, because I think Christian, you south for the.
Yeah, he's south side.
Yeah,
sure.
he definitely south. See, right, exactly right. Say less. We already know.
I love all the sides. I love everybody.
This y'all last question.
Okay.
So which one y'all go first? Paper, rock, scissors.
I'll go first.
Okay. What's your love language? Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch. You can have more than one.
Yeah, I think my love language is now and probably will always be 6 wings fried hard from Harold's.
That fall under that category: respect, sex, and sound. You see what I'm saying?
Receiving gifts.
Right. Yeah, I definitely would say probably words of affirmation, because I think that the tongue is strong. You know what I'm saying? The wrong thing coming at you would tear you up.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine a woman saying you ain't nothing and you a loser and you ain't gonna be nothing and you ain't making no money and you ain't that'd be tough. You know what I'm saying?
So just one. So you just got one, Christian?
Because I mean, honestly, I've always been kind of like a self-sufficient person. And that sounds crazy, but I always do for me.
What about quality time? That ain't important.
I mean,
he in Rhode Island right now. He ain't got time.
You know what? You're right. He did say he was all over the place. You're right. So okay, you're right.
On the East Coast.
Right.
You're right. You all over the place. You 6 months here, 7 months there, 8 months. Okay, that makes sense. You're right.
You're in a relationship right now, Christian. For all the women listeners,
he can't be. So yeah, quality time is not.
See, the misconception is quality time is always somebody on your hip. I don't believe that.
No, it's not. No, I don't get that.
I don't believe that.
I need a break from my son.
Yeah, you make time when you can make time. If you can't,
everybody different. Mine is when I learned, when I did the little test of love language back, me and my wife went maybe like 2018, 2019. We about to call it quits.
Oh.
But we went to a pastor. He was like, we did the love languages, and mine is words of affirmation,
Most men.
and quality time. You know what I'm saying? I love being a husband. I love being a father.
Oh,
And I love spending quality time. So we do this date night thing, and we do it like every Mondays. And we were kind of like dating before we got married on the Mondays because that was like the only time I really had because I had a party on Tuesday. I had Taco Buddy Tuesdays. Wednesdays I had the comedy show. Thursdays I had a party. Fridays had a party. Saturday I had a party. And you know what I mean? So I was booked up, but
wow.
Mondays was the only day that I didn't. And then when we got married, we turned that Monday into married Mondays,
I love
right?
it.
Hashtag Married Monday. So every Monday we'll do something. We'll find a spot where we can do like a happy hour,
That's
good,
important.
inexpensive, yeah. And then we'll have a opportunity to have a conversation because it's best to have those kind of conversations or uncomfortable conversations that you may need to have on a date and outside of the crib and not in the car, these places that you're always in where you can probably had a disagreement or a fallout, you know what I'm saying? So now you're in this different space and the space has a lot of it's a new space, a lot of positive energy, it's a date night, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, quality time and words of affirmation. Like my wife tell me, baby, everything gonna be all right. Or baby, I believe in you. I'm going crazy. I'm bound on a helicopter. You see what I'm saying?
You're like the fourth person that you're the fourth man that has mentioned it to me this week that said that. It's like, man, when my girlfriend and my wife, when she say XYZ, I'm curtains. I'm like, okay.
Because we speaking things in existence, words are powerful. You know what I'm saying? And if a woman is silent or quiet, not saying those things, it's definitely gonna hurt the relationship or the marriage. She has to be very, very vocal, and especially when like myself and like Christian dreamers, risk takers, entrepreneurs, people who travel. We need so much more, right? Because we're really trying to do something different that everybody ain't trying to do. We trying to live a whole different lifestyle. We really, really, really trying to have something and make a real, real difference. We're not really like that, 9 to 5 for real. You know what I'm saying? Right? And so we need that person to be on our side, our forever partner that's going to say, hey, baby, when they sense I done had a rough day, tough day, hey, everything going to be all right. We good. You know what I'm saying? Right? Even if she don't believe it for real, but it does so much, for my heart, my mind, and my soul.
And see, I told you y'all was helping me.
Huh?
I said, I told you y'all were helping me.
Yeah.
So
It's so important. So just for us to tell the black men, but also tell black women, yo, man only want 3 things, and it's real simple, and that's it. And submissive falls in that respect category, but we all gonna be submissive. It's equality, right? I'm gonna be submissive too. We all submissive, but we have to learn that. And I think that a lot of times because of how we was raised and some of the traumas that we go through, and like Christian said, we bring that stuff in. But if we're on the same page and we're communicating, we can heal together and we can grow together and we can have something. You know what I'm saying? Because 2 minds is better than 1, and 2 incomes is better than 1. Right?
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It's simplicity. The enemy comes in to confuse people and
Kill, steal, and destroy.
Yeah, so simple.
Well, with that being said, I appreciate you guys for taking time at y'all busy schedule.
Appreciate you.
Afar. Y'all be safe and thank you so much. If y'all could be
Christian, it
so
was good
kind
seeing you, man.
and
Have a
shut a
safe trip.
live. Please shut a live. Y'all be safe. Done. I will see you Wednesday.
Send it
Thank
to
you
me.
guys. Thank you
Send me the
guys.
live
Thank
so
you
I can
guys.
share it, okay?
Okay, it's on your page. I mean, I'm sorry, it's on my
Love
page.
y'all.
All right,
Love
y'all be
y'all.
safe. Thank y'all.
All right, for sure.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
It's on my page. Like, I ain't even know.